Okay, in this video I want to give a basic sort of a maths lesson. I was showing some of my staff here this morning some basic maths, because the calculation of VAT on a new build property is important, and calculation because it triggers or it will determine what you pay stamp duty on. So to put it or make it clear, you pay stamp duty on the VAT exclusive price of a new build property. So I took the girls here through a very basic calculation of how to ascertain how much VAT and how much stamp duty needs to be paid on a new house. So I'm going to just go through it here because I still have the figures on the blackboard or on the whiteboard, and I'm going to just zoom in here now. Okay, I've zoomed in and I'm just going to make it very, very simple. Hopefully it'll be clear when I've done it. If I'm charging somebody €100 plus VAT for something, then it's very straightforward. If the VAT, for example, is professional service fee VAT, that's 23%. So if I charge 100 quid, say, let's just say for the sake of argument, €100 for a consultation, I'm going to charge 23% VAT on top of that. Then it's 100 plus 23% of 100, that gives you 123. So the net figure is €100. The VAT is €23 because it's a 23% VAT rate, and the total then, the gross, is 123. But what if a new house which you build has the VAT included in the price, which it will have, because it'll be set out in the transfer that the property is, for example, 250,000. If that's the case, then the 250,000 includes the VAT, and the VAT on a construction project is 13.5%, or the build of a new property is 13.5%. That's the construction VAT rate. So we're not adding on 13.5% to this. We have to figure out how much the net price cost of the property is. So the 250 grand includes VAT at 13.5%. What we do is we divide 250 grand by 113.5, and that gives us 2202.64. You multiply that by 100. That gives you the net cost of the property. So the net cost of the property is 220,264. Then the VAT on top of that is 13.5%, as you can see here. That's 29,735, and the net plus the VAT gives you your gross price of the property, 250 grand. That's 249,999, but it rounds up to 250,000. So we know that the VAT exclusive price of that particular property, which has a new price of 250 grand, we know the net price is 220,264. Therefore, we pay stamp duty on the 220,264. So 1% of 220,264 gives you a stamp duty figure of 2203. In other words, you round it up. So 1% of the VAT is the relevant figure for stamp duty. I hope that's clear to you. So as I say, the final figure for the property. So the final figure for the property, the transfer, is going to include VAT at 13.5%. But as I say, we're not expected, or you're not expected, if you're buying a new property, to pay stamp duty on top of VAT. So what you do is you take this VAT off. So you take the 250,000, you divide it by 113.5, multiply it by 100. That gives you the net building cost. Then you pay 1% stamp duty calculated on that net building cost, which, as I say, is not 1% of 250 grand, it's 1% of 220264. Hope this is helpful for you, and if you find it useful, I'd appreciate if you gave it the thumbs up down below, and you may be interested in subscribing to my YouTube channel. If you are, I'd appreciate if you hit the button down below to subscribe and hit the bell icon, and you'll never miss an episode. Thanks a lot.